What's up, guys? It's the little crazy boy Aaron, and today I am back again with another review. So one of my most anticipated books of the entire year has finally been released. Now, first of all, I do need to apologize because I said that this review would come on Wednesday after the initial release of the book, but when I went to Walmart, they actually didn't have any copies in stock, so I had to unfortunately order it off Amazon, and it unfortunately didn't come till Friday, and I unfortunately wasn't able to finish the book till Saturday night. So, yeah. But I'm giving it to you guys now, so first of all, I apologize for that, but yeah. So I now have it here, so let us now dive into Dork Diaries 12, Tales from a Not-So-Secret Crush Catastrophe. So in the newest installment of the Dork Diaries series, we find that Nikki is actually having a lot of trouble on her hands right now. First, she has to do obedience training for her dog Daisy with help from Brandon. Plus, she has to help Brandon with fuzzy friends. Plus, she has her band, actually I'm not really sure yet, goes on tour in July. And plus, Chloe and Zoe want to do these YouTube videos that Nikki has to help out with because they want to get their own reality show. Okay, I'll admit, that was the only part that I felt was kind of stupid. And if that wasn't enough, they're actually doing the student exchange week again, where students from other schools transfer to other schools to just be able to have a new experience at a different school. And they did this in Dork Diaries 11, if you didn't know, so you can watch my review of Dork Diaries 11. I will put it in the link in the description. But they're doing it again because some students didn't have the opportunity to do it. And this time, Nikki actually doesn't transfer to another school. She actually gets to be a student ambassador and helps someone else come to Westchester Country Day. New kid is named Andre, and he is a new student at Northampton Hills. Nikki is his student ambassador, and things go a little too far when rumors go around the school that she's actually dating Andre, the new kid, and of course this is not true. The best thing about this book is the conflict between Nikki, Andre, and Brandon. The conflict between the three of them is done really well. You feel for both Nikki and Brandon. You feel for both their sides. Brandon believes, because he is shown by Mackenzie these pictures, that Nikki is dating Andre. This, of course, really upsets Brandon, because we all know that he likes Nikki. This, of course, is bad for Nikki, too, because upon realizing this, Brandon completely ignores Nikki after this. He is mad, and, because of that, Nikki never has a chance to tell him the truth. Nikki also gets an email saying that she has been selected for an arts and college student trip to Paris, where she gets to study more about art with Andre showing her around. At first she thinks this is happening in August, but then she then realizes that it's actually happening in July, on the same days as her band tour. So she's obviously having troubles picking between going to Paris with Andre to study more about art, what she loves, or going with her friends on tour with her band. One thing I've really been liking about the Dork Diaries books lately is how much they've been expanding the universe of Dork Diaries. You have characters like Nikki, Chloe, Zoe, Brandon, and Mackenzie. But now we also have new characters like Tiffany from Northampton Hills, who was in book 11, and she now comes back in this book. And you have new character Andre. We now know of 3 different schools: Westchester Country Day, Northampton Hills, and Southridge Middle School, which is of course home to the Max Crumbly characters. The high point of this all is, like I said before, the conflict among all the characters. Conflict among all the characters makes the book very engaging, and to me, in my opinion, the best thing a book can be is engaging. So overall, before getting into spoilers, overall the book is fantastic. It's another really well done book in the always consistent Dork Diaries series. Alright, so now I'm going to be getting into spoilers. So if you have not read the book and don't want it getting spoiled for you, you have been warned. So near the end of the book, Nikki finds out that it was actually Mackenzie who posted the pictures of her and Andre online and spreaded all those rumors about them dating and stuff like that. And where she was talking to Mackenzie in the washroom, she actually left her backpack in there, where Mackenzie had the opportunity to switch two notes that she had in her backpack, one for Brandon and one for Andre, to explain everything and the situations. And Mackenzie ends up switching those, so Brandon gets the one that was meant for Andre, and Andre gets the one that was meant for Brandon. Nikki, not realizing what happens, meets Andre and Brandon both at Queasy Cheesy. Andre thought he was the one who was actually getting invited by Nikki, and Brandon was the one who thought he was getting dissed by Nikki. But it ended up being the other way around, obviously. So eventually Tiffany and Mackenzie walk in, and along with Chloe and Zoe, and they all end up explaining the situation, and Mackenzie and Tiffany admit everything. During this, it's actually revealed that Andre is Tiffany's stepbrother. This is, of course, all done very well, and the book happily ends with Brandon and Nikki once again being friends and training with Daisy. He still hasn't made up her mind about the whole Paris thing, but hey, that could be reserved for the next book. So overall, this was a very interesting entry in the series, and I definitely recommend it. I'm going to give Dork Diaries 12, Tales from a Not-So-Secret Crush Catastrophe, a 9 out of 10. This book also sets up future events for future books. Nikki mentions in this book that there's a lot of stuff happening in the up-and-coming months. First of all, in June, Fuzzy Friends will be doing a charity drive, and it's also the same month as Nikki's birthday, so that's very exciting. And in another future book, maybe taking place in July. In July, Nikki also, obviously has her band tour where she has to choose between going to the band tour or Paris. And either way, they both sound very interesting for a book. Oh, and did I mention that Nikki's actually starting high school in September? So yeah, the future of Dork Diaries definitely looks very promising. So I'm super excited for the next book, as always. You guys know I'm a huge Dork Diaries fan. I'm very excited for the future of Dork Diaries. It looks very promising, very interesting, very exciting. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I definitely recommend the book, and it's just, it's amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, Crazy Army.